My wife Mary and I recently visited the Design Museum in London to have our own Barbenheimer day out, going to two of their diametrically opposed exhibitions, Barbie The Exhibition and the World of Tim Burton. Not to play up on traditional gender roles, you have to be a particularly insecure guy to get worked up about the colour pink, but Mary is going to talk about our experience with the Barbie exhibition, and I'll go on to talk about the Burton exhibition. Over to you, Mary.
As a Barbie girl in her own little Barbie world, I was excited to go to the Barbie exhibition at the London Design Museum. I had seen a lot of videos online about the Barbie gift shop, but not a lot of videos on the exhibition itself. Mind you, I did seek out the videos on the gift shop because my inner child was stoked to spend my pennies in the aesthetically pleasing shop. As soon as I walked into the exhibit, I saw the Barbie pink color everywhere. It immediately took me back to going to the department store in the 90s and seeing all of the Barbie doll boxes lined up in pristine order. That was a hell of a time. Oh, and when I saw all of the Barbie logos on the wall, I was taken back to all of the times I played with my Barbies. I remember being a kid and thinking Barbie was the best friend a girl could have, other than my rabbits. How can a color and logos bring back such vivid memories? The power of marketing and a strong brand identity, I guess. When I eventually came back to the here and now, I noticed that in most sections they had videos playing. A lot of them talked about how and when that particular doll was made, with little bits of Barbie history sprinkled in. After watching the video, you could go around and see Barbie and friends from that era. You could tell a lot of time and effort went into the exhibition. The artifacts from decades past were laid out in a way that told a story of what feels like a real person. Going through Barbie's different careers and style made me feel proud of the doll I used to play with. But it wasn't just a Barbie career and style journey. This exhibition showed how diverse the Barbie family has become. Barbie isn't just a doll with unrealistic features anymore. I love how the Barbie family embraces our differences and shows that although we are different, we are all people that are capable of love and joy. I appreciate all of the accessories, houses, and vehicles on display as well. Although the Barbie dream house isn't my particular style, I wouldn't mind living in it with one of Barbie's many cars, pets, and clothes. Seeing Barbie from every decade made my inner child so happy. I can't believe how much a doll can change the world. Seeing different versions of Barbie, Midge, Skipper, Ken, and Alan made was so awesome. But the best part was the star of the show, Barbie. The exhibition was short, but I think it was still very powerful. Once we finished our tour, it was time to head to the gift shop. The gift shop was filled with prints, postcards, and newer Barbie merch that was really cool. I just wish they would have put some of the older Barbie models on sale as well, like maybe Magical Earring Barbie, Tropical Splash Barbie, and Kelly Pool Fun. Just to name a few things that I would like to see. I'm not sure why they didn't do something like that. Other than not having that, I really enjoyed the gift shop. I got 3 postcards, a t-shirt, a print, and a keychain I have been using as a bag charm. I should have got the original duck head umbrella in pink and stickers, but Luke could only carry so much for me.
With the Barbie section out of the way, that brings me to the World of Tim Burton. I really love the contrast between these two exhibitions. Barbie is more of a bright, colourful SoCal celebration of fashion, friendship and femininity, while Burton, who is also from California, is the archetypal loner with the dark imagination. Entering the space, we could see an array of cats drawn on the walls, straight from the title sequence of Burton's short film, Vincent, which I found particularly pleasing as a cat person. The exhibition includes a lot of his own artwork as well as props and costumes from his movies. I was mostly here to see the Batman artwork, but pretty much everything he has ever worked on is at least touched upon in the exhibition. From his very earliest years as a student, we can see that Burton was fascinated by the idea of the secret self, the civil masks that people wear, and the beasts lurking inside of them. So I can definitely see why the concept of Batman appealed to him. The exhibition includes over 600 items ranging from his first student film all the way to his latest work in Netflix's Wednesday Addams series. We even saw his tatty old copies of Batman Year One and The Killing Joke among his possessions on display. While Burton isn't my favourite director, I think he is one of the most visually distinct Hollywood directors, and I really enjoy his art style. There's a fairy tale-like quality to it that reminds me of the work of Quentin Blake, who provided illustrations for much of the work of Roald Dahl, and that just tickles a nostalgic part of my brain. While the Barbie exhibition was painted from floor to ceiling in pink for the most part, the world of Tim Burton is a stark black and white. I particularly liked this skewed corridor that looked as if it was ripped straight out of Beetlejuice, although I overheard another visitor saying it gave them a headache. The majority of the exhibition was dedicated to Burton's original films like Edward Scissorhands, The Corpse Bride and A Nightmare Before Christmas, but they had a decent amount of items relating to his licensed films like Mars Attacks and the two Batman films. I was particularly interested in seeing his expressionistic drawings of Batman in his Rogues Gallery. There were several illustrations of the Joker along with a few of the Penguin and Catwoman, and some photos of the prosthetics that were used to turn Danny DeVito into the Penguin. The real stars of the Batman segment were this model of the Batmobile and Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman suit, which really gave me a sense of how short she is. As an added bonus for comic book fans, there is a small section dedicated to his cancelled Superman film, Superman Lives, which would have starred Nicolas Cage as Superman. The majority of the art on display revolved around the villain of the film, Brainiac, and some of the models that were based on Burton's design. I could almost see how this model would look as a stop-motion practical effect in the film. In a way, it makes sense that Brainiac would be a head in a jar on spider legs. Take note, Mr. Freeze. As an added bonus, there is a short documentary playing at the end of the exhibition showing some behind-the-scenes footage of when Burton worked as an animator at Disney, and looking at his own drawings from around that time, you can tell that it wasn't a favourite period in his career. Much like the Barbie exhibition, there was also a gift shop, and we picked up a couple of treats, including the Tim Burton Designing Worlds book, a copy of The Melancholy Death of Oyster Boy, hard to believe I didn't own it already, and two prints, one of a woman drinking wine and the other of a concept painting of the hideous penguin boy, also known as Jimmy. Barbie the Exhibition is running until the 23rd of February 2025, and the World of Tim Burton is running until the 25th of April 2025. Both can be found at London's The Design Museum in Kensington. I definitely think that both exhibitions are worth your time, even if you're not the biggest fan of either Barbie or Burton. I've always been fascinated by the work that goes into designing these characters and worlds that feature in our TV shows and movies. It's one of the reasons why I've spent so much time talking about Batman the Animated Series. And these exhibitions gave me an increased appreciation for the path to making these memorable products. Thank you for watching this video, hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to go and check out Mary's channel for more content from her. She's currently posting a daily series of shorts of her handmade Batman the Animated Series advent calendar, which was made for me. So go check that out if that sounds even remotely interesting to you. Thanks for watching, take care, and
Bye!